Hey besties, before we start the episode, can we ask you for one small tiny thing that will help us grow the podcast? Just click rate. We love 5 stars though. Love ya! I had no idea what to do in my classroom.
Routines create a sense of safety, which, I mean, we feel that, don't we?
You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. Today we're talking about transitions.
The handwriting's all gone off, the punctuation's not there. Why? Because I set a 2-minute timer, so they're rushing it.
Well, we are talking
Tidy up.
They just looked at me and put, the jobs haven't changed.
In the early years, like we have a space called projects in post process.
So, I see your morning routine. I'm going to raise you with an end of day one.
It's that music. Same playlist.
Things that can become a part of our furniture but not used in our classrooms.
Chaos happens.
When you're letting your children out, is there a staggered release time? Because if there is, it's probably for a reason, to stop, again, that zoo happening.
Hey besties, I am so excited because for this season, we are sponsored by the fabulous Now Press Play. Now Press Play is basically immersive storytelling linked to the national curriculum. Ding ding! For more information about Now Press Play, check out at the end of the video. Do you girls remember that your first day in the classroom?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Because I remember mine. I literally was in the classroom for a week before the kids came in. And I'm talking 9 till 5. But I had no idea what to do. I honestly remember it so clearly in my head, spinning on the chair. I was like, I'm a grown up. I'm a grown up. But I had no idea what to do in my classroom. But I managed to piece it together. We had Pinterest back then. But the day came. The kids were coming up the stairs. Here's my moment. I'm ready. And what did I forget? The labels for where they need to put their things.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I was so excited. I thought I'd done everything. And they came up and it was immediate chaos. They were like, where am I? Whose class am I in? Where do I put my things? And it was that immediate sense of, what's the opposite of belonging? Whatever that is, we'll come up with a word and we'll do it at the end of this episode. That's what it was. And for me, it's the immediate chaos. I got masking tape. Not okay. So, hey besties. Welcome to season 3. And we are talking all about
Routines.
Oh yes, my friends. You don't have to make the same mistake I did. And in this episode, we're talking all about the why behind routines. Now, I think with routines, they're super automatic for adults, right? They just come really naturally. However, we know when routines go wrong. Let me just, wet your whistle with some of these. The bus is delayed.
That's many a times in your story.
Oh my goodness. When the bus is delayed, my life is ruined. The train is cancelled. Photocopier breaks. Staff meeting changes.
Oh.
Maybe it's a touch longer. Didn't plan for that, did we, Hans? Fire alarm goes off when you're on PPA. Why is it always when we're on PPA as well? Unpredictable wet play. These are always things that we feel, right? In our soul, because it's when the routines go wrong. And that's because the sense of unknown or unpredictability is felt within us. And for our children, actually, that's often what they feel all the time in school. Because for them, as they're walking into the classroom, they don't know what's going to happen throughout the day. They don't know what each lesson is going to look like, even though we've mapped it out in our head. So for our children, that has a huge impact on their behaviour, their well-being, and their progress within the lesson. So that's where our routines come in, my friends. And we're going to back this up with some research, aren't we? Because that's what we do.
Yeah, as we love that, TGMC. So Dr. Daniel Siegel was saying routines create a sense of safety, which, I mean, we know, we feel that, don't we? And it links really nicely to what Dr. Becky says in her research, saying that predictability, that safety really supports children through times of anxiety as well. There's more to it than just that feeling of safety. It really supports all areas.
Absolutely.
So we looked at The Inclusive Classroom as well by Daniel Sobel and Sarah Alston. And for many children, just entering the classroom with its wide range of unpredictable events, interactions and expectations is a huge source of anxiety, which impacts their learning, behaviour and their well-being.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean, I'm going to read this one because I just want to make sure it's perfect. But this is from Jackie Norrish and Tom Brunzell. Rhythms and repetition, integrating rhythms into the school day is a powerful healing intervention. Powerful healing intervention for students who may experience the world as an unpredictable and chaotic place, creating trauma-informed, strength-based classrooms. I just think it's just the keystone to classroom routines are the cogs at the centre of your classroom. They deeply affect the behaviour of your class. Absolutely. They are the touch points that all students recognise and expect. And that's from Paul Dix as well.
And I really and do you know what? I was so lucky because I got to interview Jackie Norrish, and she's that co-author of Creating Trauma-Informed Strength-Based Classrooms. But I love that phrase, rhythms and repetition, because that comes up a lot in terms of safety. It goes back to the kind of rocking a baby. And the fact that we can create that sense of safety and that rhythm and repetition through something as simple as routines, because they're in every aspect of our day. And I think that's a really special thing. And what you, Tan, highlighted about how children are coming into the classroom, we don't know what has happened before they have stepped into the classroom. Yeah. And we can create almost that blanket as they come in, which is really lovely. Right. James Clear, Atomic Habits. He's got some intense quotes. Let me hit you with it. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. James. Ooh. James, that hit me when I read that. I was like, wow. He also has good habits make time your ally, and bad habits make time your enemy. And how much have you felt that in the classroom? Yeah. Where you have not thought about the routines that are coming up, and suddenly, oh my goodness, 2 minutes till lunch. I want to get my lunch, Hans. or end of day. The end of day. You guys know I have punctuality anxiety, but the end of day gives me a lot of anxiety when I'm like, we're still doing the task. We haven't tidied up. They need to get their things. And it's about that time. And we do not have enough time as educators. And routines give us that time. Beautiful. Okay, so that's some fantastic research. But what actually are routines?
Routines are kind of that, it's the reading between the lines of what's happening in your classroom. It's that everything in between. Think you're lining up your morning routine, like you were saying, you're tidying up at the end of the day. It's that all those, the extras, all those add-ons. TGMC is amazing. We have such an amazing checklist on the resources that literally is like, these are your routines. It's, perfect starting place if you're not sure.
And I remember when I first started teaching, I could not believe how much energy went into getting from A to B. I was like, why has no one spoken about this? Because this is the hardest part of my day every day. And it's exactly what you said, in between the lines. Okay, so over the next few episodes, we're going to unpick 3 biggies following our routine blueprint coming up. But firstly, what should we not do?
We don't want to talk at children. I know we spoke about it a lot at season 2, creating class agreements. We want it to be collaborative. It can't just be you telling the children. You want to do it together. That's what our class family is all about, doing things as a team. So definitely not just, this is what you're doing and this is what I expect you to do. How long do you think you're going to need getting their input? Because actually, they're the ones doing it. There's no point in us telling them without them getting involved.
Who's experienced that as well, by the way? Like, I remember that as a child in secondary school, just going into a class, these are the rules. I'm having so much fun. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So it's breaking and rewriting that.
Yeah, I mean, what we don't want to do, we don't want it to be an hour-long lesson on routines, because 5 minutes in, your children are checked out. We're already at the door. They're already outside.
See ya. Mentally.
Yeah.
Not physically, because
Not
that would be
physically.
a problem.
Health and safety.
And we don't want to have a one size fits all. So Jen just spoke about the rhythm, but actually there's going to be times where you're going to have to change things and adapt to things as well. So it's around finding those strategies and tools, which we'll share with you.
Yes. Okay. The routine blueprint. We got some P's. Got some P's to throw out there. What's our first P, Soap?
Plan.
Precision.
Practice.
Perfect. Or probe.
And we're going to talk through each of these through each transition. Okay. We're going to get interactive, Hans. So I'm going to go through, put everything down.
Let's do this.
Can I just say, side note, how annoying is when someone says that on an inset and you're like, oh no, I just wanted to sit. No, we're moving on your feet. Okay, so we're going to go through this framework in action with what I think is the first routine you should teach, because if you don't have this routine, you're in trouble. It's attention getters. Because if you don't have that, suddenly they're talking and you're like, oh no, I don't know how to bring them back. Okay, so we're going to start with plan. So the first thing I need to do is think, what attention getter am I going to use? Do not wait until that moment. Think before. And also, you can, of course, have a whole bank of attention getters. We encourage that at TGMC. But like for your first week or first day, you absolutely want to have one. So what attention getter am I going to use? Girls, you tell me what your faves are.
Call and response, for sure.
Well, give us one. Don't leave us hanging.
So my favourite one with the littles is always, if you're listening, say. So if you're listening, say bananas. If you're listening, say fingers. And slowly,
Fingers are so random.
I know. They love the random. If you're listening,
Carrots.
toes. Like, they love it.
I
Just
love that.
remix it.
Tan?
Mine is the contagious one where you randomly stop talking and then they just all look at each other and they're like, I think Miss wants our attention.
You mean contagion?
Contagion. Contagion.
Contagion.
I am here for the reception bell, honestly. Get me at that counter and ask for that.
Yeah.
Ask for that receptionist. And yeah, I love it so much.
Love it. Okay, I'm going to go with, this is the one I normally use on if I'm doing an interview or anything, because it's just really easy. And it's just, are you listening? Yes, we are. That's it. Or, are you listening? Do you want to go?
Yes, we are.
Should we do claps? Claps probably better, because why is it better? Because some children can't click.
I'm one of them.
Have you ever had that when you do a click attention getter and you've got that child going, oh no, adapt. Okay, so we're going to do clap. So we've planned what we're doing. The next part of the framework is precision. Ooh. So this is how you are explicitly going to teach it. I'm not just going to go, okay, are you listening? And just hope that they're like, yes, because that's going to be terrible. So you have to explicitly teach it. So, and it's really simple. I'm like, hi, this is how I'm going to talk. If I need your attention, because I want you guys to talk, that's absolutely fine. I want you to have a great time, but there's going to be times when Miss Foster needs to speak. If I do, I'm going to say, are you listening? And I'd like you to say, yes, we are. That's it. I don't need any slides. I don't need an interactive video. I don't even need a stage. I just need to explicitly tell them what that's going to look like. And then really simple, practice. So this is where I'm actually going to just practice it with them. So again, should we have a go? Are you listening?
Yes, we are.
Incredible. Can we do it whispering? Are you listening? Yes, we are. What about without doing it? And you're going to need the video for that one. So if you're listening to this on podcast, what we did is we went to a whisper and then a mime. And actually, this is a really key part of attention getters, because often people say to me, Jen, I do an attention getter and then they are wild, because sometimes our attention getters They need to get attention. They're bells and whistles, sometimes literally, and then they're on a high. So what we need to do is then take it down. Otherwise they're like, yes, we are, whoa, yes and breathe. Okay, so we need to take it down. Then we are going to perfect. So here I might take a picture of what we do. I might video it and say, that was absolute perfection. And let's get a video, because honestly, that was it. When I had Class Dojo, I've got things to say about Class Dojo, but I'm going to leave that for another episode. But what I love about it is that it's kind of like an Instagram for parents. And that was a great tool to say, let's show our parents on the feed. No points or anything. Let's just take that video and show our parents what that looked like. So that's a really good one. You can also, in that perfecting stage, you can say, do you think we did that perfectly? Thumbs up if you do. That's going to be important, because there's going to be other times when it's not perfect. And again, you're being consistent. Do you think we did that perfect? Or show me out of 5. 5 being, that was the best we've ever done it. 0 being, oh damn, we got to do that again. What number would you give us? And that way you're instilling that self-reflection, that metacognition, that community. You're not going to get to a point where you're saying, that was unacceptable. Oh dear. No. Part of that stage is about reflecting together. So guys, did you think, how did you think we did with ours?
Fantastic.
Honestly, I thought you guys were naturals. It's fantastic. Now then we have the cheeky probe at the end. Probe. Okay. And it comes with a point. So if, let's say it's always Soph, bless her. Soph just isn't getting it. So if Soph is just not getting it, for example, the click, then this is where I have an opportunity as the teacher to adapt it and be like, do you know what? I don't think the click's working for everyone. Let's change it to a clap. Or if it is the clap and Soph is just, loving life with the task and she's not making it, I'm going to adapt it. This way, I'm going to go to Soph before I do it and be like, Soph, I'm about to do the clap. Do you want to come at the front and do it with me? Or just a little reminder so that she's got that extra processing time. If it's all of y'all and it's not working, and this will happen, won't it? We've all had attention getters where they're just not landing. And it worked perfectly with another class, but it ain't working now. That's your chance to be like, okay, I'm going to use the reception bell now and to go through your bank and choose another one. So that is the walkthrough of our 4/5 Ps. So should we do the roundup? Firstly, we have all agreed that routines matter. What else have we agreed, Chan?
We have agreed about...
Should we tell children what their routines are?
Don't tell.
Don't tell. Lovely.
We are teaching, not punishing, adapting, self-reflecting. Did that work? Did it not work? Not just, well, like you said, what's happening here? Not jumping straight on that, actually having a moment. That was my fault. That's on me. Actually, let me observe. Yeah.
And just exploring before expectation. I think that's really important as well.
And I think the framework is about preparing for it potentially not to go right. It's not, this is how we're going to do it. And it's going to be perfect. And if it's not perfect, then I am in chaos again. It's, okay, this is the steps. These are the steps. And if it's not going right, this is how I'm going to redirect it. Okay, so
She's so excited about this one, guys.
for our mantra this season, I feel like the besties have had some great mantras. And I thought this time I would play a little bit of a song linked to each episode, and you guys have to guess what it is. Now, we're only going to show 5 seconds because copyright is a thing. It's a thing, people. So it's up to you guys to get it. Are you ready? No pressure. And we're done. Did you get it?
Drake.
Love Drake.
Because it's a
Practice.
plan. God's plan, people. Did you not think that was a good
But he
thing?
does have a song called Practice.
I know, but that one wasn't quite.
No, it wasn't.
I did see that wasn't quite appropriate. Okay, for more, and you can get all of the framework within this season. And for more, you can obviously find us at
TGMC.
Oh, interesting. Let's go again. www.tgmc.uk. Bye, besties.
Bye.
Hey besties, I am so excited because for this season, we are sponsored by the fabulous Now Press Play. Now Press Play is basically immersive storytelling linked to the national curriculum. Ding ding. Now the girls have not used it before. I have been using Now Press Play honestly since my first year of teaching, and it transforms your classroom. We are going to see what it's like. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm so
Can you
excited.
please pop your headphones on? So basically, you get a set of pink headphones for your class. Then there is a Now Press Play app. And on the app, there are so many different immersive storytelling sessions linked to the national curriculum. So I'm going to play it now. I want to join in, so I'm coming in. Coming in. So it plays a story in the headphones. It also asks you to stand up, which you were well behaved and didn't because we're on the podcast. But let's just show the listeners what it sounds like. This is the trailer.
Here we are.
That's your grandma, and today's an exciting day. Grandma's going to show you what she does for her job.
You and me are going to dig for dinosaur bones.
There's something in the earth.
It looks like a dinosaur's egg.
Something's coming out of the egg. It's a tiny little creature.
We're going back and back. Millions and millions of years. To dinosaur land.
Look up. It's a huge, enormous, humongous dinosaur.
So it basically goes through the story and it makes the listener the character. So it changes who you are at different points. I did this with Miles, by the way. I did the actual dinosaur one. And he's like, it's like, you are now a dinosaur. So they walk around the room like a dinosaur. Then they turn into different things. You are now the egg. You're cracking and opening and you're being born. And it's just the most wonderful thing to do with your children. And in terms of our TGMC ethos, engaging. Yes. Movement. Yes. The power of storytelling. Yes. Collaborative. Community. It is incredible. Now that's not it. Okay. There is also slides that you can do afterwards, quizzes, additional resources. I have done this with so many different classes from reception, from nursery, not nursery, Miles, to year 6. And they all absolutely love it. And it's such a special gift to give them. And it's also a great alternative to trips as well. You can go into the hall and you can make it really immersive. What did you think, girls?
Love that. I love the idea of alternative to trips. Absolutely.
It's brilliant.
Amazing.
And if you are a bestie, you literally just need to tell them you're a bestie and they'll give you a 10% discount.
Love that.
Love that.
Winning, peak end, and you get a 2-week trial. Enjoy, besties.